What's up? What's up? What's up? I know it's been a month since last posting, but I'm getting better. It's better than the 6-month hiatus I had. Yeah, you're getting what you get. Today I wanted to make a video about 5 things I wish I knew before going to an Ivy League. Oh wait, before I start, do you notice anything different? Look around, look around. Yeah. I got a haircut. No, I'm kidding. The camera's different. The camera's nice. It's very quality. It's high quality. I know it is. Yeah. I spent a large amount of money for it, so. But listen, this is a testimony because I feel like from my mouth to God's ear. Okay, also, like, if the camera footage, like, looks a little funny, it's because I'm filming on a GoPro. Hopefully, like, when I make money, we can buy, like, a regular, or, like, a nice camera, you know? I got the funds and I paid for the camera. Alright, so yeah, I just wanted to make a video on like 5 things I wish I knew before going to an Ivy League, because I feel like personally, like for me applying to college back when I was in high school, like I had so many preconceptions about what it would be like going to one, because I feel like the Ivy League experience is like mystified, and oftentimes it is glamorized and people like make it seem like it's this whole like experience that it really isn't. So I kind of want to just like take this time to just like let you guys into my experience and what it's been like for me. Kind of just like balance people's like conceptions about these schools, because they're just like any other school, if we're being honest. You know what? I'm not gonna say that because I feel like that's a little ignorant, but you know what I mean. I just wanted to make this for y'all, so thank me. Yes. Let's jump right into it. So first thing I wish I knew before going to an Ivy League is that you can either have an easy life or a hard life academically. So this is something that I kind of didn't know before going to college. I kind of thought that like because I was going to an Ivy League, like all of the classes were going to be hard and like I'd have to spend a large amount of time every single week studying and doing homework. And while that is true to some extent, like it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I kind of realized that it's really dependent on like how much you prioritize education and like or wanting to deepen your knowledge of like your major or whatever. So like major, like I was an econ major coming into college, and so my classes were very hard. Yep. Very difficult. Many nights just hopelessly studying, knowing that I was going to fail the exam the next day. And I did fail. Many times. Like the first 3 semesters of my time at Penn were very difficult because I was an econ major. But then I decided to switch because it wasn't working out. So I was like, let me just be nice to myself and kind of do something else. Because I wasn't even that passionate about like econ anyway. So I changed it to PPE, which is philosophy, politics, and economics. And my life has become so much easier. And I feel like now I have time to do things that I actually like doing. Like someone even said to me, like he was also an econ major. And he was like, I want to transfer to Warren because I know that their life is way easier than my life and they're still gonna end up making money in post-college. And I was like, you're so right. You don't have to live a hard life to be successful after college, so just know that. So yeah, that's that. The second thing I want to touch on is the fact that clubs are intense. And so me being a naive freshman, I was like, clubs, it's gonna be chill, like this is where the fun happens. No, not at all. They have this thing called like Penn clubs at my school where like they list all the clubs that you can join like on a website. And so remember I was like looking for clubs to join like my fall semester, and I was like just scrolling through different clubs, and I found one I was interested in. I clicked it and it was like apply. I was like, there's no way. No, I clicked the link and it was a whole application process. You get comped for certain clubs, which is just ridiculous to me. I think it just like makes like the idea of an extracurricular club so much more like intense than it needs to be. Like think like your like finance or like consulting clubs. Like these clubs will give you great experience and make recruiting so much easier, but unfortunately they're gatekeeped. If you don't know what you're doing beforehand, it's kind of hard to join them. That's the unfortunate reality of like going to school at my school. So, but in the same way, like if you're into something that's like a little more fun, because they're kind of like intense. So because they're so intense, like you get a chance to really build like really cool friends. There's like pros and cons to it, so it can be fun, but it could also be bad depending on like what you choose. So it's really up to you. So yeah, the third thing I want to touch on is that recruiting is fast-paced and extremely competitive. And I think this is the biggest thing that slapped me in the face like my freshman year. Because going to school at my school, I think some people think that like, oh, like it's an Ivy League, like everyone who goes to an Ivy League is going to be successful post-college. Like, and while yeah, there may be some truth to that to some extent, like you still have to work extremely hard to get the good jobs. So you have to work very hard to get a good job or to recruit for the very limited internship opportunities. I didn't know that. I thought I was chilling. I was not chilling. I received many rejections. Just be prepared for that. Like, I like to say that job opportunities leave as fast as they come. I don't want to say like tailor your college experience to finding a job, because I think that's just miserable, but also just be like, have fun obviously in college, but also be mindful of the fact that like you're kind of working implicitly on like a time crunch. So just be mindful of that. Don't have too much fun. Think think, and then have fun. It's also very competitive. It's like you go to an Ivy League where everyone there is not everyone, but most people there are smart and hardworking and hardos. If you're not putting your best foot forward and making like your resume very good, like someone's gonna take the spot from you. It's a harsh reality, so it takes a lot to kind of be like the one that stands out. So yeah, like I can make a whole video on that. Just honestly, I think it's best to just kind of work hard in your own bubble and not really pay attention to other people around you, because I feel like when you start to compare, you start to live a very sad life. So don't do that. All right. Number 4, there are lots of posers and clout chasers. It's kind of a bad thing. And so I think when I was applying to Penn, I was like, this is an Ivy League. Like, everyone's gonna be a nerd and be super like geeky and like not really care about clout and popularity. No, it's not the truth. It's not the truth at all. People put so much like weight and like importance on like presenting a certain image of themselves on campus, and I personally think putting that much importance on that leads you down a very dark path, because you end up losing yourself. Like, you start prioritizing things that won't matter after 4 years. Like, once you leave campus, like no one's gonna know who you are. So people live their life on campus as if they're going to be there forever. So like when they do end up leaving, because it will happen, the real world slaps them in the face, because that was their peak. Be mindful of that. And also don't, like, I think one thing I did was that I kind of let that kind of dictate the way I sort of maneuvered around campus, because I was like, oh, if people like aren't engaged in this club and engaged more in another club, then that club that they're not engaged in must be bad. But no, don't judge the validity and the quality of certain things based on how many people are doing it, because I found like the best people in some of the most like empty places. So don't let that change who you are. Because I also feel like if you're living your life for other people, like you're bound to sort of like lose who you actually are, and that's never fun, because it's an easy path to fall down. I'd say like just kind of hold on tight to your values. College is a perfect time for you to explore and sort of like redefine yourself, but also do so kind of cautiously, knowing who you are and holding on tight to like the things that make you, like your values and like your passions, and like don't lose that, because you will be surrounded by people who don't care about you. Don't chase after like a lifestyle that's glamorized on campus. Chase after a lifestyle that you actually want for yourself. So there's that. One more thing on the lots of posers and clout chasers. I feel like FOMO is something that a lot of people experience, something that I experienced to my sophomore year. But I'm telling you, social media plays such a big impact in our lives and we don't realize it. Like people know how to make things look fun on social media, but they're not actually fun. I've been to so many parties that looked so fun. Like, let me say, I've been to so many parties like sophomore year that looked so fun on social media, and I was there, but it was so boring and dead when I was like in person. Like, the in-person experience was dead. Don't be fooled. People know how to like frame things to make them look like what they're not. So, and the 5th and final thing I want to touch on is just like a good thing, because I feel like a lot of this video has kind of been like teetering on like the negative side, but it's not all bad. I think like you have lots of opportunities to deepen your passion. A lot of Ivy Leagues have like large endowments, which is a great thing, because you can really like come into school knowing what you kind of like are into and have the opportunity to really explore that to like the fullest extent. Like, I know so many people who like have done like amazing research projects or have studied abroad, and like that experience has like changed their life, and it's just made them so much more intelligent. I feel like there's so many great opportunities for people to sort of like just find out more about themselves and really explore and just do the things that they've always wanted to do. So if you're going to one, or if you want to go to one, just keep that in mind. Like, when you touch campus, like, this is a great place for you to really just become a great person, and to just become smart, to become anything like you really want to be. So yeah, that's really it. I mean, again, the Ivy League experience is so mystified and glamorized for no reason at all. A lot of the things that I said, like, you can experience at any school, these are just things I did not like expect to experience at my school. If you have any questions about like my experience, like, feel free to ask down below in the comments, or DM me on Instagram. Also, just comment down below like other things like you want to know, like questions that you have. Subscribe. Also, we hit 300 subscribers. Like, that's crazy. My old high school was like 350 people, so like that's like a whole high school. Like, that's crazy, man. It's really crazy. Anyway, pieces. I said pieces. Peace.